Okay, race fans, let's talk about a big special day we had today here at Delaware Park to kick off the month of April. It was our annual Autism Awareness Day. We had a bunch of special friends out here all day long. They were doing interviews in the paddock, doing riders up, doing post-parade calls. They all did a great job. We had a nice picture in the winner's circle after race 5. We'll show you that when we get to race 5. So thanks again for all of our participants making Autism Awareness Day another special day today here at Delaware Park. All right, let's get right to race 1 here to kick off the race in action. We start the early pick 5 here in race 1. They bet almost 33,000 into the early pick 5, where main track was fast all day. The turf was good. Race 1, we're going a mile on the main track. Maiden claiming 7,500 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's go to the voice at Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Saturday's race 1.
Away and running to a picture-perfect start. Up on the rock, trying to beat the boys today. Over Imagination is chiming in, and Bucoville's also part of the early pace. Driven by Magic, Cat's Company with Mr. Skinny in the house yellow. Already getting the reins shaken is Treasure Our Time, who's dropped away to last. Bodine passes that rival alongside of So Handsome, and Bucoville is now second to last. So two of them go at it. Up on the rock and Over Imagination, they couldn't be going any faster, and these two tear away from the rest by 7 open lengths. Driven by Magic's in the box seat today in that third place position, and Bodine continues to track nicely in 4th. Off the inside, Mr. Skinny covers a lot of ground in 5th. So Handsome starts to pick him off one by one. Bucoville's in front of 1, and Treasure Our Time still last of all. They continue to trade jabs up front. Up on the rock takes the inside trail. Over Imagination, making her work hard for every single yard. So Handsome starts to rev up from the back of the pack. 3 furlongs to go. Up on the rock, kicks away. Over Imagination calls it a day. Here comes Mr. Skinny on the far outside, and So Handsome. So Up on the rock puts the cue in the rack, and Mr. Skinny now inherits the lead, and Mr. Skinny kicks for home at the top of the stretch. So Handsome continues the battle, and Driven by Magic comes off the inside as they turn for home. Bodine claims 4th, they're homeward bound, and Mr. Skinny trying to make short work of the opposition at 4-1. It's holding on to a 1-length lead. So Handsome fully stretched. Mr. Skinny very erratic while ducking in and out. So Handsome has the trip. Late on the scene is Treasure Our Time. Mr. Skinny all over the place, but crosses under the line first. So Handsome was second, Treasure Our Time was third, and Bucoville was a 99-1 fourth.
Well, a little drama there in deep stretch as the 4 Mr. Skinny all over the place. He'd crossed the line first, but he was DQ'd in the 8. So Handsome put up for the win. The 4-year-old son of Moser breaks his maiden in his 17th career try for owners Tom Strauss and trainer Beverly Strauss. They own this horse. They're a good team together. They do a lot of work together in the morning, Tom and Beverly Strauss. Good to see him get a nice win here with So Handsome. Nice ride there, Gavin Ashton. So Handsome pays $4.80 to break his maiden. Let's take a look here at race 2 to kick off the early pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 62.50 for Philly Mares 3 and up. Haven't won a race since February. Let's check out the action from race 2.
Away and running. Good speed from Maybe Lucky and Wild. Choose Sunshine is showing off some dazzling speed, and Dine and Dash is right there too. And Gia's Fuego chimes in as well. Magnolia Win in the white cap teams up with Infatuation of Peak of Chic. And then you have 2 dawdlers, which is Coal Mine, and the trailer is So Swell. They go down to the back of the track, and it's True Sunshine leads them past the 4 furlong pole and leads by only 3/4 of a length. Maybe Lucky and Wild is in hot pursuit in that second place position. Dine and Dash loops up on the far outside, and trying to close in. Peak of Chic is very wide but advances sweetly, and Coal Mine's picking up velocity too with Infatuation and Magnolia Wind. Plenty of chances as that quarter pole's in sight. Dine and Dash now surges to strike the front. Peak of Chic now tries to re-rally in second. Maybe Lucky and Wild needs to be resurgent up the fence, and Magnolia Wind continues to close in as they swing in. Dine and Dash leads an onslaught of challengers. On the far outside, Peak of Chic Chic is starting to bridge that gap ever so slowly up against the fence. Maybe Lucky and Wild. Infatuation battles on two, but Dine and Dash continues to find, and the heavy favorites got it. Dine and Dash has won it over Infatuation, Maybe Lucky and Wild, and Peak of Chic.
Dine In Dash wins as the heavy 1-2 favorite, 4-year-old daughter of Super 99. Now a 4-time winner from 12 starts. She wins for trainer Joanne Schenkel and jockey Angel Cruz. She paid $3 to win race 2. Race 2 was the Jimmy and Edna Gilbert Memorial Race. There they are in the winner's circle. Good looking picture there after race 2. Thanks for coming out today to the Jimmy and Edna Gilbert Memorial Race. Let's take a look here at race 3. Race 3 would kick off another pick 5. We had a nice carryover over 6,600 into the pick 5 starting race 3. Race 3, a nice big field on the turf, going 1 mile 70 yards on a good turf course with the rail at 33 feet. Race 3 is a 16,000 starter allowance for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 3. Let's see what happens here in race 3.
All set. Away and running. Hopping in the air was My Gal. Good speed on the rail from Chicken Parm. Next door to that one is Shine on Moon. And the back marker of Each Peach Pear Plum takes over the lead. And Hot Boss is right there too. Now under the line for the first time, it's going to be Each Peach Pear Plum to set the tone. Hot Boss is traveling in second. And Woodruff is also right there on the same page in third. Happy This Day goes 2 paths off the rail in that 4th place position. And up the inside, Shine on Moon travels in 5th. Chicken Parm is not enjoying this trip at all. Then you have Risk and Regret with Spooky Gal near the backfield. Minari second last. And My Gal has pace to chase. But it's all Each Peach Pear Plum with 5 furlongs to go. She blazes the trail and shows away by 4. Woodruff picks up velocity in second. And Hot Boss stays towards the PVC in third. Happy This Day is creeping closer with 4 furlongs left to go. And Chicken Parm finally is settled. And Minari chases that rival. Shine on Moon protects the rail position. Risk and Regret still heads 2. Second to last is My Gal. And now Spooky Gal is dropped to the tail around the bend past the 3 furlong pole. Each Peach Pear Plum holding on to a 4-length lead. Woodruff is trying to make inroads in that 2nd place position. Closing into the equation late. Trying to get on track as Minari as they turn to the top of the stretch. Each Peach Pear Plum continues to nurse a 2-length lead. Woodruff continues to chase in second. Happy This Day is trying to get closing, but just at this one pace, they're at the gap. It's still Each Peach Pear Plum holding on for dear life. Woodruff is closing. Here comes Shine on Moon late on the scene. Here's the result. Each Peach Pear Plum in a photo with Woodruff in a close call.
A real tight head bob photo there in race 3. A thrilling stretch battle between the 4 and the 11. And the 4, Woodruff, wins for Shortleaf Stable and trainer Lindsay Schultz. The Lindsay Schultz barn having a big year. They won the Haskell a few weeks ago. They're having a good meet here at Delaware. The Schultz barn gets their 3rd win from 8 starts. They're hitting that over 30%. Martin Chawan with the winning ride here on this 3-year-old Arkansas bred filly by Tecton. Woodruff went off 6-5 and paid $4.40 to win race 3. Let's take a look here at race 4. Race 4 would kick off the late pick 5. Nice maiden special weight here for 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Let's check out the action from race 4.
Away and running. Slow to go with Standish. Dream Eagle was the first one to ping. There goes the speed of Yo Philly. And Momentous Affair is right there too. So the pace is quick between Yo Philly, Dream Eagle, and Momentous Affair. And those 3 trade jabs in the early 100 yards. Charmed Hour comes away in 4th. Diamond Cane's off the fence in 5th. Celtic Fury has the run of the race today. And the one who's tailed off is Standish. So no breathers up top. Yo Philly is 3 paths deep. Dream Eagle's the meat in that sandwich. Charmed Hour loops up on the the far outside. Momentous Affair continues to ride that rail to no avail. Diamond Cane's getting on track, and Celtic Fury's in that fifth place position as the quarter pulls inside. Yo Philly has a fight on her hands. Dream Eagle is going to test her every step of the way, and really sitting ducks for Charmed Hour, who comes with a 3-wide kick as they turn for home. Dream Eagle bullies her way to the front. Yo Philly is battling on with everything she has. Charmed Hour brushes with Yo Philly and ducking in badly not once but twice. Dream Eagle still unwavering. Charmed Hour continues to duck in, but running out of ground and running out of time. Dream Eagle, the 4-5 favorite, got it over Charmed Hour, Yo Philly, and Momentous Affair.
Dream Eagle overcomes a case of second-itis. She puts it all together to break her maiden in her 11th career try for trainer Mac Robertson. Nice ride there. Jose Batista on the 3-year-old filly by Nick's Go. Dream Eagle went off 4-5 and paid $3.60 to win race 4. Let's take a look here at race 5 to kick off the late pick 4. We're going a mile 70 yards on a good turf course, rail at 33 feet, 16,000 starter allowance for 3 and up, never won 2. Let's see what happens here in race 5.
Away, Yan, running. Tardy start for number 6, Freedom Glider. Royal Renegade came out of his corner swinging. On the far outside, Rags the Lace is right there too. And Liberty Bay also wants a piece of the action. And Return Fire guns it from gate 2. That leaves Ragman with a perfect trip today in between rivals as they go up and around the first turn. So Return Fire, as the dust settles, comes away with the outright lead. Liberty Bay chases in that second place position, and Royal Renegade is right there too. Ragman went a little wide. Rags the Lace took the brunt of that blow, and those 5 kick away. 30 Rest is now passed by Real Men Violin. Merging traffic's in front of 2, which is Freedom Glider, who had a terrible start, and Saratoga Cruiser's last of the 10, so they couldn't be going any quicker down the back of the track. And it's Liberty Bay with a nose in front. Return Fire yields to that speed in second. Rags the Lace is perched to pounce in that third place position, and the pink cap of Royal Renegade is right there too. Ragman stymied for clear sailing's going to have to go 4 paths deep, and Real Violin starts to pick them off one by one. 30 Rest rides that rail with merging traffic. Second to last is Freedom Glider, and Saratoga Cruiser tries to mount a bit at the back of the pack. Liberty Bay continues to lead, but has his back up against the ropes because Ragman is set alight, and Ragman is closing in, going very wide. Royal Renegade hugs that corner like a train on tracks. Real Men Violin has the split, and here he comes, and here's Freedom Glider from out of the clouds. Freedom Glider from last to first hits the front. Real Men Violin had no winning response. Freedom Glider bet to 4-5 with an awesome looking score. Real Men Violin was second, Royal Renegade third, and Ragman was fourth.
Freedom Glider goes off at 4-5, did not break very well. Great ride by veteran jockey Joe Rocco Jr., who just sat chilly, didn't panic on the 4-year-old son of American Pharoah. Got him rolling around the far turn and came weaving through traffic down the stretch. Nice ride there by Joe Rocco Jr. for trainer John Salzman Jr., who gets his first win of the meet this summer at Delaware Park. Freedom Glider paid $3.60 to win race 5. That was my best bet of the day. My early pick 5 ticket hit. It was a $32 ticket, but it was all chalk. The early pick 5 only paid $25.65. We had a special picture in the winner's circle following race 5. It was the Autism Delaware race, and we had a nice check presentation in the winner's circle for $15,000 to Autism Delaware. One of their representatives, Chris Grant, was here to accept the check from Delaware Park Management, Jed Doro and Terry Glabaki, and also Bessie Gruwell from the Delaware Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. Great job by the DTHA and Delaware Park for putting on this special day, and a nice check presentation to Autism Delaware. Nice group there in the winner's circle. We had some of our special guests and the jockeys and everything. So nice picture there in race 5 for Autism Delaware. Let's take a look here at race 6 to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 6 furlongs, 16,000 starter allowance for 3 and up. Never won 2. Let's see what happens here in race 6.
They're at the post. Away, Yan, running. Good speed in the center for Sugar on Fire. There's the real pace of Eyes on the Ground, deep on the track, freely held. And also right there too is Couches Burning. So as they settle down, Couches Burning comes away with the lead. Freely held is a stalking second. And Sugar on Fire smartly backs off the pace battle in third. Magic Bay revs up from that fourth place position. Eyes on the Ground already gets the reins shaken. Second to last is Good Willie. And Lino's Fires last of all. 3.5 furlongs to go and a good battle bruise between Freely Held and Couches Burning. And right behind them is Magic Bay showing the whip and starts to respond. Sugar on Fire stays pinned against the rail, and Eyes on the Ground tries to gather them all in as they just pass the quarter pole where Freely Held's the first one to kick. Couches Burning tries to battle back, and now they turn for home. It's Freely Held holding on, but for how much longer? Because here comes Eyes on the Ground, and here comes Sugar on Fire. And Eyes on the Ground right down the center of the track to take the lead. Freely Held with no winning response. Sugar on Fire and Good Willie late, but it's all Eyes on the Ground to beat Freely Held, Sugar on Fire, and Good Willie.
Eyes on the Ground with a big late rally down the middle of the stretch to give jockey Jose Batista his second win of the day. It's the fourth win of the meet for the Steve Claceris barn. They're having a strong meet, and this is a nice effort by this 3-year-old son of Cupid, who's now a 2-time winner from 7 starts. He went off 4-1. He was 2-1 morning line favored in this race. Goes off a generous 4-1 and pays $10.20 to win race 6. Let's take a look here at race 7, the feature of the day, the $75,000 Sussex handicap for Delaware bred or certified 3-year-olds and upward. We're going 7.5 furlongs on a good turf course with the rail at 33 feet. Let's check out the action from the Saturday feature.
Away and running. Quite a cluster of a start, but Crabs and Beer was the first one to break the line. Babel showing good early speed, and Derbiness is right there too in a paceless affair. Sam Stormy is going to picture this a little wide as they swing left. Up the fence is Derbiness, who has one beaten, and understudy Kitty is last of all. Around the first turn they go. Smithwick Spice comes away with the lead and shows the way by a neck. Babel is right there chasing in that second place position, and Sam Stormy is one path off the rail to join third. Crabs and Beer continues to stay ground saving. Derbiness is 4 paths deep. Picture this has had a very wide trip, and understudy Kitty has no excuses chasing this pace tug of war that continues to ensue between Babel and Smithwick Spice. They trade jabs as they go past the 3.5, and floating along up the inside is Crabs and Beer with no excuses, and Derbiness is right there in the thick of it too. Sam Stormy is in between rivals, sitting the trip. Now around the turn they go. Understudy Kitty has nowhere to go, and picture this is last of all. It's a close-knit field of the Sussex handicap, and it's Babel the one they gotta catch as they turn for home. Smithwick Spice is trying to find another gear. The rail is open for Crabs and Beer, and here he comes, and understudy Kitty's rolling down the center of the track, and understudy Kitty sought off a pace battle and kicks away. Crabs and Beer has no response, neither does Babel, or picture this, understudy Kitty has won the Sussex handicap to beat out Babel at 30-1. Crabs and Beer, and picture this.
Understudy Kitty loves it here at Delaware Park. The 5-year-old son of Kitten's Joy gets his 3rd win over the Delaware grass, his 4th win overall. He's now made close to $200,000 in career earnings for Runnymore Racing, the Bentleys of Kentucky. Michael Matz, the Kentucky Derby winning trainer, having a strong meet this year at Delaware Park. The Matz barn gets their 4th win from 14 starts. They're hitting at around 30% win clip. Understudy Kitty gives jockey Martin Schwann his 2nd win of the day. The 5-year-old went off 6-1, paid $15.80 to win the Sussex handicap. If you played that pick 5 that started race 3 and ended with race 7, I gave out a $56 ticket. It hit. The pick 5 paid $287.30. Let's check out the win picture in the winner's circle here following the Sussex handicap. There's Michael Matz and jockey Martin Schwann, and connections of understudy Kitty accepting the trophy for the Sussex handicap. Let's check out the post-race interview with Kentucky Derby winning trainer Michael Matz.
Down to the winner's circle we go with racing analyst Stan Salter.
Pleased to be joined by Kentucky Derby winning trainer Michael Matz. A big win with his 5-year-old today, understudy Kitty. This horse loves the turf here at Delaware Park, and you were telling me his last race coming off the layoffs looks like he just needed a race, but he certainly put it all together today for you for a big win.
Yeah, I was a little nervous when he hopped up at the gate at the start, but Martine rode him very well and was patient and moved at the right time and ended up at the right place at the right time.
Absolutely. Now, you were a little slow before Delaware started this year, but since Delaware started, you've been one of the hottest trainers on the ground. You're having a big meet. This has to be your favorite track, at least this year, right?
That's right.
I see you have your paddock boots on. You still riding the pony every morning at Fair Hill?
I was riding this morning at Fair Hill. I went home and rode 2 horses and came down here, so that's where we are.
Well, you look great, you look fit, and you're having a great meet. Congratulations, big win today in the Sussex.
Thank you, Stan.
All right. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's take a look here at our 8th and final race. Race 8, we're going 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500 for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's check out the action here from the Saturday finale.
Away and running. Bad stumble for English Elsa. Good speed from Bull Babe. And Mighty Lindsay wants to lead, and she was hell-bent on getting it too. And Sweet and Feisty came away a handy third. Sweet Summer Love tracks nicely inside the first opening furlong, and Campaign Mischief chases this quartet of speed. All I Do has no excuses, chasing a very hot pace. The Great Maybe's in front of 1, and English Elsa's last of all, so 3 across the track, and Bull Babe is traveling sweetly but 3 paths deep. Sweet and Feisty protects rail position. Mighty Lindsay slices and dices her way through. Only 2 lengths off the lead is Sweet Summer Love. Revving up from the back is All I Do, and that one has company by the Great Maybe. Around the bend they go. Bull Babe is smooth as silk, takes over the lead, and has a confident kick two of almost 2 open lanes. All I Do goes very wide and now starts to attack as they turn for home. All I Do to confront Bull Babe. Bull Babe tries to let it out a notch, leads by only a neck. All I Do fully stretched. These 2 ladies draw level, and All I Do has the momentum. Bull Babe is running a cheeky race. The Great Maybe is too late. It's all I Do who has won it. Bull Babe was second, the Great Maybe third, and Sweet Summer Love was fourth.
All I Do gets the money in the finale for trainer Mike Simone. That's the 20th win of the meet for the Simone barn. He's your second leading trainer. He's hitting at around 30% win clip. Cipriana Gill gets his 24th win of the meet. He's your second leading rider. All I Do, the 3-year-old filly by Win. Now a 2-time winner from 5 starts. She went off 4-1 and paid $10.40 to win. The late pick 5 paid pretty well. Congratulations if you had that. The late pick 5 on Saturday paid $558.60. Let's get a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you about next week here at Delaware Park. All right, we had a great day today here at Delaware Park for our annual Autism Awareness Day. Thanks to Chris Grant from Autism Delaware for coming out today. We had a great day, and thanks to Delaware Park Management, Terry Glabaki, Kevin DeLucia, and Jed Doro. Thanks to Bessie Gruwell, the Executive Director of the Delaware Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. They put on a great day. We had some nice special friends out here. Thanks to Matt Halter, Carter Ramey, and Justin Capuano for coming out here, doing the Riders Up interviews and post parades. You all did a great job. It was a great day. I'm looking forward to it again next year. Now, next week, live racing goes to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Next week, live racing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Our handle today, not bad. Our handle is a little shy of $2.5 million. Thanks to all our fans and bettors for making it happen. And thanks to all the horsemen, and especially thanks to all the horses for putting on a great show. Have a great night, and we hope to see you back here for live racing when it resumes next week on Thursday. Have a great weekend.
There's only one Delaware.